this. Okay, dependency theory argues that core regions use their relative influence to keep less developed countries underdeveloped in order to provide economic benefits to the core. Core countries need access to cheap labor, resources, and markets for their products. Many former European colonies are dependent on former colonizers for trade and capital investment. However, these agreements often encourage low-wage jobs and little domestic economic development in periphery countries. These agreements also often limit the ability for less developed countries to trade freely with other countries. Okay, so that's dependency theory. Rostow's model argues that all countries are on the same developmental path or ladder, and that over time all countries can become like the core. Rostow would argue that the fact that India, China, Mexico, and Brazil have risen to the place of transitional is evidence that the system is open and free. Rostow would also argue that internal policies and decisions determine a country's development much more than outside forces. So we have these two competing ideas, these two competing descriptions or explanations for why some countries develop and some do not. Okay, so if we're going to go ahead and highlight those, there is dependency and there is Rostow. Okay, and let's see what this one looks like on paper. Okay, here's what it looks like on paper. So you've got 3 outlined paragraphs, 3 big chunks of content, and at this point you should stop writing and move on to the review stage. So that's where we're headed next.